Hello, fam. I'm ATIF, and this is Nightlife Fire.
Nightlife Fire with ATIF Robinson. Nightlife Fire. Tasty.
Hello, fam. Once again, thank you for joining us. Today's Sunday at 6 p.m. Just like every Sunday. And this week, our special guest is Miss Mimi the Brand. How are you doing today, man?
I'm good, Tiff. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, and we don't want to waste any time, so let's jump right into the fire. So, what's the single most important thing in a relationship for it to be successful?
Single most important thing. I think two things just basically go hand in hand. I think trust and communication. And I feel like in a relationship, you can't have trust without communication. So those two things go hand in hand, and those are the most important things to make a relationship successful to me.
Okay, so what about any other things that will help those two things?
I mean, of course, trust, communication. I think finances as well.
Right.
Because if you are in a relationship and you don't have finances, you're arguing all the time about money and things like that, and time.
So you can't deal with a broke relationship.
It's not necessarily broke, but somebody that's irresponsible. I can't deal with someone who's like just does anything with their money, no responsibility, no structure.
Do you think it's a time frame that a man should already have his stuff together financially?
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like when growing up, like, you should be taught those things. And some people aren't taught those things. They just basically learn them on their own throughout, growth of being an adult and things like that. But me personally, I have no time to be a part of somebody's get your shit together phase. Like, I don't want to be a part of that.
Right.
So I just feel like that should be something that, you learn as you get older and as you grow. Yeah. So it's not necessarily, I don't even part of anybody's broke phase, but while you're getting yourself together, I don't want to be a part of that phase. If I'm coming to you already together, then I want to, I want you to be together as well. Right. Now, if we are in a relationship and we have a downfall, then we're getting ourselves together. But I'm not just going to go out seeking someone who is necessarily broke or doesn't have their stuff together.
Okay, so what if you meet someone and then the relationship is cool, and then you find out his finances not straight? Would you stay or just break it off right then and there?
No, if I meet him, and of course you have to get to know someone. So once we get to know each other and I find out, if it's something I can help him with, then I'm willing to stay and work on it. But if I see that after a while of me trying to help him get his so-called stuff together, then, and he's not being receptive to it, then it's time to go.
Cool. That's definitely understandable.
Yeah.
So at the breakup, do you expect to get your gifts back from your mate that you gave him, or does it depend?
You are hitting home. No, I don't think that you should ask for gifts back. I was in a situation where, someone asked me for their things back. And I think it's totally just like rude. If you give someone a gift, that means it wasn't genuine when you gave it. Right. You just gave it just to get points or whatever. And then, like, when we break up, you want everything back? No, you gave it to the person as a gift or however you gave it to them. So why are you asking for it back? I don't ask for my things back. Right. Because I gave it to you.
Right. So does that go, is that the same for, let's say, some situations guys propose to a female, then things don't work out. Could they ask for that engagement ring back?
It depends. It depends. If you gave it to the person on, now this is by law, I think, I think, right? Because I had a situation like this.
Oh, wow.
Don't say, oh, wow.
I know. I'm sure you've been asked plenty of times, though.
Listen. No, but I just think that, okay, if you give it to someone, if you propose on, like, holidays, then it's a gift.
Oh, okay.
It's a gift if you propose on holidays. If you propose outside of holidays, then that person has a right to ask for their ring back. Now, if that person did something,
Right.
like cheated or whatever, I don't think they should ask for that ring back. I think, if the giver cheated,
Right.
I don't think that they should be saying, oh, can I have that ring back? Because you did something wrong. So why are you she didn't say she didn't want to marry you, or he didn't say he didn't want to marry you. It's just that you did something wrong.
Right.
So now you're not getting married. So no, you should go ahead and let that person keep it, I think.
Right. So, but what if the female is the one that cheated? Then yeah, she should give that back.
She should give it back, definitely.
Cool. So what would be the perfect man that you would like to date?
The perfect man. I don't think that there's necessarily a perfect man. I just like a guy who knows how to communicate, who's attentive, willing to spend time with me. Someone who likes kids. You have to love kids, because I have kids, obviously.
Right.
And someone who has patience, because I am a very busy person, and you have to be a patient man to deal with me.
Yeah, I know you're definitely a busy person. It's hard to get you for this.
Right. You have to have a lot of patience to deal with me. And I'm open. I'm totally transparent in the beginning. I tell you everything about me, and in the beginning, if it's something that you can't deal with, I want you to be open and say, okay, this is something that I can't deal with. Don't go along with it and then down the line tell me, oh, I want you to quit your job. I want you to stop doing this, stop doing that. No. Tell me in the beginning, because I'm transparent in the beginning on how I am and what I like and what my needs are, so I need you to be the same way.
Cool. So, fellas, y'all know what it is. That's what you have to do. So, what is your biggest sexual turn off, and that'll be a deal breaker for you? That's going to be a deal breaker.
Sexual?
Right. I know it was a big jump, but yeah.
It is. Oh my God, you're making me shy.
You on the fire? It's Nightlife Fire.
Wait 1 second. Okay. Can I say? Oh my God, forgive me. I don't know if my grandmother's watching this, but the biggest deal breaker for me is if during oral sex you want to spit on it. That is absolutely gross. Do not spit on me. Don't do any of that. Do not. That is gross. I don't want you to build excessive spit in your mouth while we're kissing. Don't do none of that, because I already don't like interbody fluids.
Too much wetness.
I don't like wet. Ugh, it's gross. Guys, don't do that. That is nasty. It's nasty.
So, what is the biggest turn on that's going to be like, yeah, I'm going to go here, keep her?
Turn on
Sexually, though.
I don't know. Sexually, I just think that, in order for me to be into you and want to get to, I guess, is it third base? Want to get to third base, I mean, it has to be like a foreplay involved. Like, we can't just jump in the bed and just be ready to have sex. You have to do all the kissing, touching, rubbing, just all of that.
So
and
you are into kissing, though.
I really don't I have to really like you to kiss. I have to really, really like a person to kiss them, because, when I talk to people, I stare deep into their mouth. And that's it. I'm sorry.
So can you describe a perfect kiss?
One that's not too wet.
You definitely got a problem with saliva and wetness.
Yeah, it can't be too wet. And it has to be passionate. Right. And most guys are afraid to make sounds, but if the kissing and the hugging feels good, I want to hear the moan. I want to hear the sounds. I don't want to kiss someone because I already don't like doing it. So make it fun while we're doing it. So if you're kissing me, I want to hear you making those sounds. I hope my grandmother is not watching this.
So you need to be
or my dad. Dad, sorry.
So you good with being thrown against the wall and kissed and he making noises?
Yes, all of that. All of that. Just make it fun. fun. Make it passionate. I mean, if we're doing it, we need to be into it.
Okay, cool. So let's get to the point when you're in a relationship with a guy.
Mm-hmm.
What is something that you just can't tolerate in a relationship?
What can't I tolerate? I can't tolerate lying and cheating and lack of attention.
Okay. So,
I just can't come back. I'm sorry, I can't come back from cheating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the lying, is it the little small lies or big lies? Like something like he supposed to drop something off and he give you a lying reason why he didn't drop it off. Something like that.
No. So, not anything like that. Something like a big lie. Like I hate being made a fool of. Like loyalty is a big thing to me. So say for instance if you and I were dating and you and I were dating. Quinette, that's not what I really mean. I mean, I'm just using him as an example, girl.
She understands.
But what I'm saying is like if you're dating someone and he basically, I don't like being made a fool of. So if we're dating and I tell you that I'm going somewhere with my girlfriends and then I'm going out to eat with my girlfriends and say for instance you're with your friends and they say, oh well I seen Misha at such and such and I wasn't where I was supposed to be. That kind of lie I don't like. Like I feel like you should never put your mate in a predicament where they look stupid in front of their friends. So that's stuff I can't tolerate. I just can't tolerate the cheating. Certain things I just can't come back from. I just feel like loyalty is a big thing for me and all of that ties into loyalty to me.
Cool. Okay, well, within the relationship, let's get to y'all getting down together, the sexual part of the relationship. So, how would you describe a great orgasm?
Let me see. How would I describe a great orgasm? Orgasms to me, you know that rush you feel like when you're going up a roller coaster and then you get to the top and then you just, it's like you're going down. It's like an explosion to me. It's like you're at the top of the cliff and somebody's like pushing you off and you just feel like you're just releasing everything.
Right.
It's almost like I'm having a seizure. Like it just feels amazing.
So with females, is it levels of orgasms? Like with men, it's just one type.
Really?
Yeah, we come. That's it. But with females, I hear that it's two different. Like it's a coming, and then there's a big one, a big orgasm. Some women say they haven't experienced the big one.
The big one. I mean, I don't know if the big one would be considered like the end, where you're getting to the end and you're just feeling like an eruption. But the beginning, leading.
It sounds like you described the big one.
Yeah.
Like you can come and then you can keep going, but the next one, the big one, you like yeah.
The big one is normally, I don't know if that's what they're talking about, but with me, the big one is normally the first one.
Oh,
but then, like, the second one, like, after you keep going right after the first one, that's, like, the one that's, like, it's not really the big one, but it's almost, like, paralyzing.
That sounds more like the big one is paralyzing.
No, the big one is paralyzing. I don't know, I can't explain it, but all of it feels amazing.
Right. So is toys in the bedroom good for women, for relationships?
I'm not a big toy person when it's one-on-one. Like, I mean, if it's something, I'll do whatever my mate wants to do. First of all, let's get that clear. Like, whatever he wants to do, I'm going to do that, except for, like, other crazy stuff. But, like, whatever he wants to do, I'm down with it, but I'm not a big toy person. Like, I have a few because I went to toy parties that my girlfriends have hosted, and I may use them like once or twice a year. That's it.
Oh, cool. So you can go without sex for long periods of time? Because with men, we be like, no, we need at least 3 times a week type of thing.
I can go without. I can go without penetration. Let's just say that. I can go without penetration, but I have to. Yeah, I can go without penetration.
Cool. Okay, well, let's say you just broke up and you got your your ex. He moves on to another young lady, but y'all still kind of cool with, or he do things for your kids. But his ex, I mean his the female he's in the relationship now, buys your kids gifts. Is that okay? Would that sit right with you?
It's okay under some circumstances because you have females and males that when they move on, for some reason, their mate doesn't like their ex. I don't know whether it's the story that they get from their mate or whatever. I don't know because everybody goes into a relationship and they talk about their previous relationship. So I don't know if it's the story that they get from their ex, from their mate or whatever about their ex, that they end up just hating that person or just thinking that that person still wants their mate and things like that. So in that circumstance where I'm going to say the girlfriend, because in my case it would be a girlfriend, where the girlfriend would, hate me because of what he may have said about me. Sometimes females can be a little bit shady, vindictive, and they'll do stuff for your kids just to make you look bad. So they'll be like, okay, well, yeah, I had to buy her kids this, or I had to do that, or whatever, just so they can make it seem like, you're not doing anything for your kid. In that case, no, I have a problem. Yes, I do have a problem with you buying my kid stuff. But if he's moved on and everything is positive and everything's great, I don't mind. Sis, she wears size 8. Sis, she wears size 7. Sure, you want to come get her? Yeah, you can hang out with her, of course, because I'm a mother 24/7. Every mother's a mother 24/7. And with me, I share custody with my kid's dad or whatever, but he gets them every other weekend. So I look for time alone sometimes. So, if he somebody go get him and be his girlfriend. Go ahead.
Well, lead me to my next question, a little pop-up question. I be seeing on social media women saying that they're single parents, but the way I would describe a single parent is you're a straight single, meaning no help from anyone or from the father. But if the father's in the kid's life, you're just a single woman that's co-parenting. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that there's different outlooks on it. I can definitely say I'm not a single mom, meaning that my kid's dad doesn't take care of them, because he does help. But when I say single mom, what I mean by that is that I'm with them all the time, besides every other weekend. There's no other days that I'm not with them. So it's like if they have soccer, if they have Girl Scouts, if they have anything, I'm the parent that have to leave work, take them there. I'm the parent that has to pick them up from school if they're sick and things like that. So when I say single mom, I'm talking about in that aspect, and that I don't have a significant other in my household taking care of my kids with me.
Cool. So let's say you get married, then you can stop using the title of single parent?
I would like to. I mean, the person that I marry, I would like for him to be, the person that, would definitely be a father figure for my kids. And, just be a helpmate, as far as like my kids and things like that. So yeah, I think that I could stop using it.
All right. So you have kids yourself. So how do you feel about dating guys with kids? Does it matter the age range of kids they have, or that they have kids, period?
No, it doesn't matter that they have kids. Like, I love kids, so they can have kids. But when it comes to them having like 8 and 9 and all that, and then they have like 8 and 9 baby mamas, that's a problem for me. It's not necessarily a problem that they have all of those kids, but I just want to know what were you doing? What happened to, that you have 8 baby mothers? Did you have 6 or 7 different baby mamas? Like, what ball dropped? Like, why didn't it work in one of those relationships? So I'm just wondering. So I'm kind of cautious, before I get into any situation. And getting older, I was kind of like all over the place when I was younger, but when getting older, I'm kind of cautious with who I date, and just understanding my worth and knowing my worth, so I don't get into situations that are not good for me. So yeah, I have a lot of questions.
Cool. So you okay? So at one point you were in the nightlife along with me, and you retired on us. And what you were doing, you were a promoter, one of the top promoters, female promoters in the city. Well, I'm gonna just say top promoters because I don't want to get caught up in saying female, separating us. Because you definitely was doing a great job out there. So I'm bringing up this question because nationally there's a lot of going on with sexual harassment. Mm-hmm. So while you were in the business as a promoter in the nightlife, were there any times that you came across being sexually harassed or witnessed it, and how did you deal with it?
I think at the time I probably wouldn't have called it, well, I didn't call it sexual harassment, because, I just figured, okay, it went up all along with it. I don't know if a lot of people know my story, but I was like Susie Homemaker. My grandmother was like really strict when I was younger. Mm-hmm. Didn't get to go out to clubs or anything like that. And then, when I turned 30, I was like, okay, I want to do something different. I had just got out of my relationship with my kid's dad, and I was like, all right, well, I want to go ahead and, start something different, have a 30th birthday party. And my aunt owned Club Reality, so, I started there. So I was like, okay, Aunt Tracy, can I give a party there? And she was like, yeah. So I went and printed up some tickets, did a photo shoot, didn't know what I was doing at all. I just was this girl who just came from a nursing background and just wanted to jump in, because I got on Facebook and I started seeing everybody giving parties. Right. So I printed up 150 tickets, and I went to barbershops and sold all of these tickets. Wow. And gave out my flyers. And I sold them by myself. The party ended up being a success. And from there, she was like, you have to do this every weekend. So I started doing it, and I reached out to, Mr. Incredible, Jazzy, and they helped me a lot. So, just starting with them and just being like, just promoting their parties and, posting the flyers and doing photo shoots and stuff like that. Of course, when you get to the events, the people see you on a flyer, and they, the younger guys, because you have some guys that are like very disrespectful. Mm-hmm. They think because you look a certain way that you're down for whatever, or you're built a certain way, you're down for whatever, Mm-hmm. So it's like, they would, say certain things that were really disrespectful. I wouldn't get into semantics, but they would say certain things that were really disrespectful, and then, you was like, no, oh, you're not all that and stuff like that or whatever. So I would kind of say that's like harassment. I don't know if it's pretty much like pushing it to say sexual harassment, because I wasn't like groped or grabbed on or fondled or anything like that. But yeah, not really too much, but I was harassed.
Okay. Well, anything? Have you seen other women maybe being sexually harassed?
Honestly, like you're my partner. Like I'm so busy and consumed when I'm in an event that I really don't have time to pay attention. I don't really find out anything until the end of the night when we're doing the money stuff, and then you find out, oh, this person was doing that, this person was doing that, and this happened. Everything so we really don't know what's going on during the event until we see somebody being dragged out by security or something. So, no, I haven't witnessed it, I would say. No.
Okay, cool. Well, what would be the perfect date for you? How can a man? Well, let's start off. How can when our viewers maybe approach you? Is the inbox or the DM? Is that a good idea, or like how? Because a lot of women, like, to me, if I was single, my first, if I didn't meet you outside walking down the street, or a woman in general walking down the street, I would think, inbox her, say, or go on a approach to say something. So what would be, a better way for you?
Okay, now if you're, I don't know, I'm kind of iffy when it comes to, kind of skeptical when it comes to inboxes, because you just hear so many stories from your friends and from other female or even male saying that, women are jumping in their inboxes or DMs and stuff like that. Like, I just feel like it's just a hidden place for people to do secretive stuff. Sure. And I just feel like if you want to get to know someone, yeah, we're all on social media, but if we're in the same state, I just feel like you can say, okay, well, I'm interested in getting to know you, blah, 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 whatever. But you don't have to jump in my DM to say hello.
Right.
If you're not doing anything like in a relationship or anything like that, don't come in my inbox and say hello to me. Because if you can't say hello to me in public, which is in the general population, on my page, then don't come in my inbox and say hello to me. We can say good morning and hello on my Facebook page or my Instagram page. That is just agitating. So I really don't like the whole DM and inbox thing. I don't usually talk to guys that do that because I'm always trying to like dig in and find out things, and I think everybody has an MO, so I'm like, okay, no, he's probably in everybody's inbox, or he's probably in everybody's DM. So no, I don't like it. Don't come in my inbox or DM.
Cool. So when I say I like a guy gets past all that, and he doesn't approach you the correct way, and y'all on a date, what would be the perfect date?
Of course, every girl fantasizes about the perfect date. We want the roses at the restaurant. We want all of that. We just want, all the fun.
Does it have to be the first date, or can that be like down the line?
No, but what I'm saying is, like, every girl fantasizes about those things. But the perfect date to me, it doesn't even have to be a date. Say, for instance, if I'm a busy person and we don't ever get to go out on a date, but you may have 10 minutes out of your time and you may be in my area and we're dating, courting, whatever, then you could just stop past my job and say, oh, I bought you Chick-fil-A or something like that. That is just the perfect guy for me. Like, I'm just so not into, like, you being extra, because a lot of times people do all this fancy stuff in the beginning and they can't keep up with it. And, that's when I start losing interest, because you did all of this stuff in the beginning. And then as we go on, I'm like, okay, well, what's next? Because you done did all this in the beginning. So, me personally, I just feel like, anything. Like, you can cook dinner, bring it to my job for my lunch or whatever, because I work 12-hour days sometimes. Or you can say, can you come out in the car? We can have Royal Farms chicken. Shout out to Royal Farms. You can do all of those things. So, it doesn't necessarily have to be, like, a perfect date is, depending on what that person likes. Perfect date for me, is just you showing me attention or showing that you care, doing whatever you need to do to make me feel like I have your attention, because I need attention. I'm a Gemini, and if I don't have your attention, then my attention is gone.
So both sides of you need attention.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So in your experience of dating, do you feel dating is dead now? Because I see a lot of like Netflix and chill or Fire Stick and chill type of thing.
I do. I do feel like, some people get comfortable. Like, I'm going to go back to the past question you just asked, whatever. Like I said, okay, I like those things. I like for you to just do those simple things, whatever. But then some people get comfortable. Some guys, some females get comfortable, and they constantly do those same things or whatever. So every now and then, I just feel like you should just say, oh, hey, you want to go out here or let's go out to dinner this place or whatever. And even if, that person really doesn't want to go out, then give me a chance to say, okay, no, let's chill or whatever. But don't constantly make it a Netflix and chill. Don't constantly make it, oh, well, I'm bringing you lunch or let's sit outside or whatever. Every once in a while, throw something that's spontaneous in there. Right. So, yeah, dating has gotten a little bit, watered down, but it's time to pump it back up, fellas. It's time to. Okay. Nobody wants to Netflix and chill. Right. Nobody wants to.
Well, it's definitely been great talking to you. Thank you for coming into the studio. First time using the studio with Nightlife Fire.
I appreciate it.
Right. Can you tell the people how they can reach, how you can be reached, and things you may have coming up?
Yes. Well, I'm Misha. Of course, you guys know that. I'm general manager at Jared in Columbia. Jared, the Gallery of Jewelry. Jared Jewelry Boutique. Valentine's Day is coming up, fellas. It's your time to get your significant other or the one that you're seeking a gift. So come and see me. I'm there every day except for Wednesdays. Or you can reach me. This is the one exception I'm going to make with you to come in my inbox and for you to DM me. But other than that, no. All right. Have a good one, guys.
Did Jared have online?
Jared does have online, but if you shop online, you do pay shipping for it to come to the store, or to come to your house, whatever. But if you come into the store, you don't know what you want. we can order it for you and have it shipped to the store for free.
Awesome. Well, before we get out of here, last question.
Yes.
Are you coming back to nightlife?
I'm thinking about it because I love my partners.
Right. And
That's
the white
why.
party is coming.
I'm thinking about it because I love them. I love them. But wait and see, guys.
That was a political answer. Well, thank you once again for joining us, Nightlife Fire. Until next time, peace.